Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm the TMax. I make videos about language, travel, and culture. And I have been living in Brazil for 4 weeks. 1 whole month. Yeah, so let's talk about what I've been doing. So first of all, I'm here in São Paulo and right now it's raining. And this morning I went to the park to work out and it was beautiful. And this week it's been nice and warm. And last weekend it was freezing cold. So I don't know what's happening with the weather. It's all over the place. But I'm hoping for some warm weather coming up soon. So normally when I travel somewhere, I prioritize going out and exploring the city, really immersing myself in the culture and doing things, doing cultural things, doing touristic things. And here I've been a lot slower about it because I know I have a longer time and I'm really focusing on the language. So I haven't done a whole lot of traveling and I haven't gone out and done much stuff, but I have done a few things. Okay, I'm not just sitting at home in my room by myself making videos. So some people at the hostel, we went to a museum, the cultural center of FIESP or something like that. And this is a free museum on Avenida Paulista. And it's really cool. They have all these exhibits about technology and future culture. That was really cool to do. At the school that I've been going to, Aprendiz, they arranged a happy hour just this past weekend. We went out for drinks and we went dancing and practicing Portuguese. And it's funny because there's mostly native English speakers or non-native Portuguese speakers. And we're all there speaking Portuguese to each other and, you know, we're just getting better at the language. So that was a lot of fun. So we're here in MASP. It's a really nice museum. Today is Tuesday and it's free. I don't know what other days it's free, but if you come and see, this is just one floor. It's actually 4 floors. You can see all the people here admiring the art, enjoying some culture here in Brazil. And also with the school of Aprendiz, we're going to be doing a collaboration video where we promote the school and just talk about what they have to offer. So be on the lookout for that video soon. And also I've been going to the parks to work out. There's not a park nearby. I have to walk like 30 to 45 minutes to either Parque das Bicicletas or Parque Ibirapuera. And both these, they have like calisthenics areas set up everywhere. Actually, Das Bicicletas, they have a whole outdoor gym that never seems to be open, but it's there. And they also have the pull-up bars and stuff like that. So I go there when the weather's nice enough and get in a good workout. And of course, I've spent a lot of time at the hostel so that I can talk to people and practice the language. People who are coming here from all over Brazil. I'm getting to hear all the different accents, learn about, you know, what to do in their cities, and also making those connections so that when I am done learning the language in the classroom, when I'm ready to go out and travel, I can go hang out with these people and they can show me their cities. And, you know, I stayed in a lot of hostels, and hostels are a great way to meet people. You're going to be interesting people. You're going to, you know, sometimes have really comfortable beds. Sometimes you have really great showers. This hostel has, first of all, a clean kitchen, which is not always a given, but they have an oven. I mean, just, this is amazing. I cook a lot, and when you have an oven, that just expands your capabilities. And we have a brand new stove here, and there's an oven. I mean, you know what I can do with an oven? Yeah, so just been enjoying my time here. I have a few more weeks of class, and I'm even thinking about extending and doing more school. So yeah, I'll let you guys know what I end up deciding. I feel like I'm advancing pretty quickly. I mean, I'm putting in a lot of time, so I should be getting better, right? I'm starting just to notice more interesting observations about the language and less learning. It's just, oh, that's weird or interesting or different. For example, in every other language I speak, we say, "What is your name?" or "How are you called?" Something like that. And in Portuguese, it's like, "Which is your name?" So apparently there's a giant list of names somewhere and your name has to be on here. So which one is your name? And now that my Portuguese is getting better, I'm actually able to talk to people about different things. And I was talking with someone and they mentioned white people problems, and I thought that was funny that they use this expression. Basically we were talking about first world problems or rich people problems, and so that made me laugh. And if I were typing a message to somebody using the Portuguese language to say ha ha ha, I'd actually have to spell it like this, but that's weird and nobody writes that. They actually write this, which is less weird somehow. So I just learned that the author Paulo Coelho, most famous for writing The Alchemist, a lot of us have read it from all over the world, his last name means rabbit. And yes, I have a bias while learning Portuguese because I speak Spanish, and sometimes I feel like Portuguese knows that it's close to Spanish, so they say, okay, you know what, we have these words that are like Spanish, we're just not going to use them, we're going to just use a whole different word so that we can be different. So here's some examples of that. Alcançar, same in Spanish and Portuguese, means to reach or to achieve, but the Brazilians don't use this word. They use atingir instead. Despertar means to wake up, but most people here say acordar, even though the little device that wakes you up in the morning is called despertador. Come on, let's at least be consistent here. And so in Spanish, they use this auxiliary verb haber plus the past participle of a word to say that you have done something. They have that in Portuguese, is haver. It's like super close plus the past participle, but most people will use ter plus the past participle, which actually literally is more like English. So you have good luck, boa sorte. You have bad luck, má sorte, but nobody says that. They say azar because mala suerte is too convenient. I guess no, bad luck wouldn't be convenient. That's a weird statement. So we have the word uma canção, which means song, but they say uma música, which is super confusing because, oh, have you heard that new music from that artist? Yeah, I like that music. Like the music or the like specific music? Yeah, okay. Very, very clear conversation. And so I mentioned in another video that they don't use ter, the verb to have, with hunger and thirst and things like that. And I recently learned that you can, grammatically you can use ter with these words like they do in Spanish, French, and Italian, but most people here would use the estar como instead. You can use Spanish to speak Portuguese, but you're just not going to sound like a native. You're going to sound like a book or something, like a weird book, I guess. I'm starting to learn a lot of special vocabulary, expletives, curse words, and there's one that I've been hearing a lot. Quite interesting to me because I know what it means, and I was actually told by some Brazilians that most people in Brazil don't know what the word means. They're just used to yelling it out in anger or whatever. Porra. It actually just means ejaculation, which is really strange for somebody with my kind of brain. I'm at the park and I just hear random people just yelling out this word. Like, what is happening on the basketball court? Parents, you get to explain this to your kids. Sorry. And like in other videos, I like to do this list where I compare Portuguese to the other languages. All of the other languages that I speak, including English, which often is different from the other Latin languages, use the word accent. Accento, accent, accento, accent in English. Portuguese is like, no, too simple, too common. We're going to use this word. Sotaque. The word in Spanish for bad is mal with an L. And the Portuguese were like, you know what? We could just say mal, pronounce it the way we normally would with the L at the end. Or we could take it a step further and just change the L to a U. So now it's mal. Same pronunciation as it would have been. But now when it's plural, it gets interesting because now it's mouse. Aw. Which of course is not the rodent. It's the plural for like bad, so like bad people. If you want to say mal in Portuguese, it's rato. It gets even more interesting because there's gender in the language, so a female bad thing would be ma, and then to make that plural would be mas. But mas also means but, and however, and except. Actually has quite a few meanings. So if you say something like, but however the evil women, it's mas, mas, mas. And Brazilian Portuguese, surfboard is prancha de surf, skateboard is shape de skate, cutting board is tabua de carne, even if you cut vegetables on it, it's still tabua de carne, and ironing board is also tabua, but de ferro, and snowboard, they didn't even try on this one, it's just snowboard. In Brazilian Portuguese, they have the word combinado, which literally means combined, but it can also mean agreed or okay. So if you're talking to somebody and like, hey, we're gonna go to the party later, they're like, oh yeah, combined. okay? Oh, 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 oh. Now in English that would be like, what? What are you trying to tell me? But oh is actually short for olha, which means look. And so a lot of speakers will just say, oh, like look, oh, which is really, really fun. So for everyone out there who has a friend named Joanna, or if your name is Joanna, the word for ladybug in Portuguese is Joaninha, which means little Joanna. All the little girls out there named Joanna buy them ladybug costumes and send them to Brazil. People will be like, oh, I get it. And if you've seen any of my previous videos, you know that I really enjoy false cognates and false friends and pointing them out. So I have some more for you. So in Spanish, the verb acordar means to remember or to remind, but in Portuguese it means to wake up. If you want to say remember, remind, it's lembrar. The word sumir in Spanish means to plunge or to sink, and in Portuguese it means to disappear. It can be used to describe something that is sinking or plunging, but the primary definition would be disappear, which I guess makes sense. If something is plunging or sinking, it will disappear. So in Spanish, the word cena means dinner, and in Portuguese it means a scene, like in a play or a movie. If you want to say dinner, it's jantar. And so this is the third person plural imperative of the verb dar, which is to give. So dim, and you have to like, because there's two E's. Dim. Ingenuidade. So if you hear this, when I hear it, I'm thinking, oh, ingenuity, which is a good thing, like clever, creative. Now, so it actually means naivety. If you want to say ingenuity, it's criatividade. Hockey, not the sport, hockey, which is what I thought it was going to be. That's actually okay, which is not agreeing to something. If you want to say okay, it's beleza or combinado. Hockey is actually rock, like rock music. Animal de estimação. So I'm thinking this is an animal that can estimate or can calculate a lot. So I'm thinking like, you know, a lion or a jaguar or some kind of bird or something that, you know, has to like hunt. And this is the word for pet. But most people would just say peti, lunchy. And so this is not lunch, which would be almoço. This is actually a snack. Fecho, which I mentioned in another video, kind of sounds like fusho, and the other video was from a different language. So a lot of languages use this expression fusho, or sounds like fusho. Fecho actually means closed. That's like the literal meaning. This is what they use to say okay. So when you're at a bar or restaurant and you order something, oh yeah, I want a drink, and the guy's like, instead of saying okay, he'll say fecho. I got it. Hey Jenny, did Joe not come because he has a cough?
Fasho.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, that cough is going around.
他生病了.
Yeah, I like G and Bing. Here, so not here, because that would be aqui, but here is the verb to laugh. And for all my French speakers out there, this part of your body in Portuguese is pescoço. Say that and not the French word, because that means anus. So don't say cu. Okay, so this has been, my 1 month wrap up, 3-week Portuguese progression video. Feel free to leave comments, like, share, subscribe, let me know what you think. I'd like to do some skits using the stuff that I'm learning. So I'm working on some shorts that I'll be doing soon. So if you're interested in that, make sure you subscribe to check that out. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video, or to having you see me in the next video, I think would be right. I'll be speaking Portuguese soon, so yeah, be ready for that too. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm the TMax. I make language because I'm a language maker. Joaninha, oh, that's hard to say. So the first one is, actually I don't even know what that means.